The Wall Street Journal and Realtor.com collaborate on the Emerging Housing Markets Index, which considers data on return on real estate investment, economic health, and quality of life. And with a population just over 70,000, Johnson City, Tennessee came out on top. Johnson City Mayor Joe Wise with us now on the economy and the housing market. And good to see you, Mr. Mayor. And the obvious question is, the Wagon Wheel song by Darius Rucker, or number one on the Wall Street Journal Emerging Markets list. What was a bigger deal there in Johnson City?
Well, we've had more time to think about the Wagon Wheel song, but we certainly find them both to be exciting references, I suppose.
Mayor, what do you attribute all this excitement to? The fact that people are coming from all over the country, it sounds like, having interest in your relatively small city. What's driving that?
I think there are a number of factors that have contributed to it. We've, as a city, made a sustained investment in infrastructure, and particularly the deployment of direct fiber to every residence and business in our community to provide 10 gig internet. So that makes it a place that people can work remotely in a time when people are contemplating working remotely. But then alongside of those things are quality of life considerations. We're home to East Tennessee State University that offers doctoral programs in medicine and pharmacy and nursing and physical therapy and many other allied and health science fields. And so with that comes a parallel medical community with a local children's hospital, a level 1 trauma center. And so folks can come to Johnson City and find in a relatively modest sized town the resources, the services, and the quality of life features and amenities that you might associate with significantly larger cities than Johnson City.
Yeah, Mayor, we just had the average price, the median home price in your city up on the screen there, $379,000. That's up from $350,000 just 3 months ago, up significantly on a year-over-year basis. What do you make of the dynamics that's playing out in the housing market in your city, and what we could potentially see to prices here in the coming quarters?
Well, that's something we're mindful of. Every good news has some consequences that may not always be favorable. And so we're aware of the potential risk to affordability and potentially the concerns around the quality of life that might be changed if we had a significant influx. And so as a community and as a city, we're making very deliberate efforts to look at growth management and making sure that when all the dust settles, the things that made Johnson City desirable as a place to live remain true of Johnson City for those who live here now and those who might live here in the future.
How did the pandemic actually boost the economy, boost the real estate of your town?
Well, I think remote work. We began the process of deploying the 10 gig internet through our local energy authority years ago, before we knew there would be a pandemic in 2020. And so really, we were readying the capacity for remote workers, particularly long before the culture had an inclination to really be pursuing it the way we've seen over the last several years.
And once people return to office, how do you make sure people stay and don't leave Johnson City?
Well, I think part of that is proximity. We're at the crossroads of Interstates 26 and 81. We are within about a day's drive of virtually everybody in the eastern half of the United States. And so for a lot of professionals, a community like Johnson City provides them the best of both worlds. We're only a few hours from places like Charlotte or Nashville or Atlanta. And so if your job doesn't require you to physically be in a specific location Monday to Friday, which lots of people's jobs do not, this might just be the right fit.
Based upon the video I'm seeing, sir, I have got to come visit Johnson City, Tennessee. Mayor Joe Wise
will be our guest.
Appreciate that. We will come see you. Thanks for being with us.